foot on the line. It's more difficult for them. They can't advance and cut the angle at all. Passes it into the net with some speed. What a perfect start for the Italians. 4 Italians in the Inter side tonight, 4 Spanish in the Sevilla side.
The expressions tell their own story. Caution for Diego Carlos, a penalty for Inter Milan, dispatched in style by Romelu Lukaku. 34 goals for him this season. He's scored now in 11 successive Europa League fixtures. It is a phenomenal record. 7 goals for him, which means that he's just one behind Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, the competition's leading goal scorer, 5 of his goals coming from Sporting Club de Portugal before he joined Manchester United in January. His team conceded an early goal against Manchester United, but fought back to win that one 2-1. They've got to do the same now against Inter.
You see D'Ambrosio getting forward. That'll be important tonight. The Young and D'Ambrosio, the wing-backs for Inter Milan, can force their way into the attacking third. Conte, one of many famous leaders of this Inter Milan side. So many major managers who've looked after the Italian team.
National coach and in charge of Inter since the start of this season. Took a bit of a sabbatical after he left Chelsea of England. Over at Inter from Luciano Spalletti. Last trophy that Inter won was the Coppa Italia back in 2011. Coaches have tried and failed to end their trophy drought. What a start they've had to this final.
Well, they reacted very well, Sevilla, particularly against Manchester United. After the storm, after half-time, when United threatened to overwhelm them, they came back and they played some very good controlled football. They never panicked, and I would expect them to panic tonight. They have plenty of time, if they're good enough, to get back in this game.
Martinez looking again for Lukaku. Let's not forget that Sevilla had an opportunity to go in front before Inter broke so quickly to utilise the pace of Romelu Lukaku. Forceful and strong, getting forward as always.
Inter wanting to work the ball out deep. It's been the Achilles heel of 1 or 2 clubs in the last few days in the Europa and the Champions League, where goalkeepers have got caught and defenders haven't been good enough to look after the ball, and all of a sudden they've conceded goals. It is a theme in the modern game to work the ball out from the defensive third through the middle third into the attacking area. Tonight in the midfield, someone who, different type of player to Banega of Sevilla. Barella makes, there he is on the ball, he makes very good runs from midfield to get into the attacking areas, where Banega is more the skillful, wily schemer. Playing his last game tonight for the Spanish club.
Banega was man of the match in the 2015 final. The Argentine who's on his way to Saudi Arabia after this fixture. Susnavas. And again by Horan. Banega.
5-2, and the three defenders, Godin, De Vries and Bastoni, all 6-footers.
Vanega with a corner kick. De Jong on the move. Did well to win the header. Spectacular from Diego Carlos. Koundé up this time. Navas. Vanega. Back to the skipper, Jesus Navas. Sousa. And again by Hordan. De Jong! Look, De Jong with the equalising goal. Magnificently taken. 2 goals inside the first 12 minutes. And Luc De Jong, who got the winner off the bench against Manchester United, has produced yet again for Lopetegui and Sevilla. Brilliantly taken.
Terrific play by Sevilla, composed passing before the cross was delivered. Lovely little triangle out on the right-hand side. And watching De Jong's movement. Too quick there for Godin. Got across him, got in front of him. And the pace of the ball beat Handanovic at the near side of his goal. Lovely ball in, an invitation, but Godin might have done a little bit better. Beaten by the Dutchman. Had a great goals record in Holland, but that's where it really stands. He's been at other clubs, but his best spells were at 20 in Holland and certainly at PSV. But this could be crucial tonight.
Lukaku's penalty cancelled out by Luc De Jong. Big call by Julen Lopetegui to keep De Jong in the starting 11, preferring him to the young Moroccan Youssef El-Neziri, who struggled a little bit against Manchester United, but De Jong featured off the bench and got the winning goal, and now he's got the equaliser in the final. Well, he started one of the 7 games before this evening, David. He's been very much on the periphery in recent weeks as the Spanish La Liga season came to a close.
Well, De Jong has scored headers, so we've got to give him credit for that, but the Moroccan is very good in the air, and it wouldn't surprise me if the game was tight with a few minutes to go, if he was introduced on the bench, if they needed some aerial power, if they're having to throw the ball into the Milan box. Well, that was the best medicine that Sevilla could have received. He would have wanted to keep it tight for at least 25-30 minutes.
Young again. Sousa with Jesus Navas to provide the support to his right. Vanega trying to pull the strings in midfield. Ocampos. Suso. Shirt was being held. Ocampos.
And he's got to strap him on that knee. There was some discussion whether he might be fit enough to play tonight. It'd be interesting to gauge his fitness as the game develops. He'll sit on the left side, but he'll cut in, of course, De Jong centrally, and Suso, a tricky player who comes in with his left foot from that right-sided position.
Substituted against Manchester United. Campos was explaining afterwards that he's been troubled by a right knee injury since before the previous fixture against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He scored a late winner in that win for Sevilla. He said he didn't feel so bad after the game against Manchester United, but he went off in the second half. His right knee was strapped up. He applied an ice pack to it as he was watching the closing minutes of the game. Didn't do hardly much training yesterday, but given the nod by Lopetegui.
Another test for Carlos, equal to it that time. He'll be on edge, the Brazilian defender.
The yellow card is picked up since the Europa League competition switched to Germany for the closing stages. Brozovic. Inter appealing for a handball.
Well, the Inter players surrounded the Dutch referee in the very first minute, and they've done it again there. I don't think the arm came out. I think that would not be given. But in the present climate, it is difficult. But it's going to look at it. It'd be a terrible start for Sevilla if they were to concede a second penalty.
Yeah, had a word in Danny McAlee's ear. The context still complaining. I think there's an issue here with those who are encroaching into the technical area. Danny McAlee is having words with Antonio Conte. I don't know if it's with the Inter head coach or one of his backup staff, and a yellow card has now been flourished in the direction of Antonio Conte. And still he protests and complains. Well, the stakes are high. It is a European final. These teams knowing already that they're in the UEFA Champions League next season. That was the carrot, wasn't it? 4 teams who were involved in the competition who hadn't made it through to the Champions League as an added bonus, if you like. They were offered the opportunity to play in the Champions League as winners, but not necessary with either Sevilla or Inter. Young, great chance, great opportunity.
It's a lovely ball by Ashley Young there. Navas refusing to tackle him, and then when the ball came in, he wasn't offside.
Borussia was who made the late break forward.
Probably came to him just a little bit too quickly for him to assess it.
Sousa. Mike Reguilón has an excellent season with Sevilla. Ocampos now.
For sure, D'Ambrosio knew what he was doing there. He just stepped across him. You can't block a player like that. No question there. Some might even consider that a yellow card, a premeditated block. I think if I was refereeing, I might have just raised my yellow card. D'Ambrosio is a wing-back, he's not a full-back. Manager there thinking that might have been a yellow card. Only one man counts, and that's the man in the centre.
Also shown the scars of battle, some stitching around his left eye. Banega with the free kick. Sevilla sluggish to regroup and recover. Martinez, Lukaku alongside. Martinez took on one too many.
I've just got to hope that the game doesn't get overly aggressive. I'm not sure if that was Kuwandi there that got very upset with the fall. There's a block also on Varela there in Brozovic in the centre of the field. Sevilla have just got to calm the ball, keep the possession. Inter like to sit deep sometimes, and they rely so much on the power and the pace of Lukaku and the speed and subtlety of Martinez. They've got to be very careful, because sometimes if you concede too much of the possession, that team that's gaining the possession feels they're in the ascendancy. how Inter play. And that's how many teams play now. They look to defend solidly and play on the break. Free kick there because Godin made it back. He's not going to get away with that. Referee looks spot on in these early minutes.
Lukaku. Again for Martinez. Banega. Come again by Reguilon. Campos. Which had it covered.
Tried to surprise Handanovic there with that early shot. As you see Martinez twisting and turning, but certainly no foul there, and a dramatic fall which the referee doesn't buy.
Course again put under pressure. Barella. Tara Martinez.
Very clever, very clever shielding there by the old Fox. Banega's now 32. Wonderful history at Sevilla. So effective in the Emery years.
Man of the match in the 2015 Europa League final against Dnipro, made in Warsaw. He also featured in their win over Liverpool 12 months later before he decided to go to Italy to join Inter. Back for his second spell with Sevilla, he's set to join Al-Shabaab of Saudi Arabia after this fixture. It will be his last game for Sevilla. Rebuilding again with the return of Monchi as their sporting director, and with Julian Lopetegui as their head coach. A national coach in Spain who had a short spell at Real Madrid, was only given 14 games by Real. Controversy before the FIFA World Cup of 2018 when news of his move to Real Madrid became public, and the Spanish Federation decided to draw a line under his tenure as national coach. Gone by Jesus Navas, confronted by Ashley Young.
Ashley Young there playing his stock ball. He just feints to go to the left, comes in on the right and crosses that ball so cleanly with his right foot, the in-swinging ball. But Navas is a wily opponent on that side, and at 34, the oldest player is a couple of years older than Banega in the Sevilla side, and it would be wonderful for him if Sevilla were to lift the cup tonight.
Navas, who played in the Sevilla teams who won the UEFA Cup in 2006 and 2007. Since his return to Sevilla, he's been wearing the 16 shirt, which was previously worn by the late Antonio Puerta, who died back in 2007.
I think he was a bit unlucky there, D'Ambrosio, to concede that one. But that's probably his third foul so far in the game. He's just got to watch himself.
Jumped. Banega. Reguilon. This was eased away by Bastoni. Campos, shadowed by Godi. Banega wanted to switch the direction of the play and to search out Jesus Navas. Campos, switch from left to right.
It's interesting that the Sevilla fullbacks, Navas and Reguilon, are getting forward every bit as much as the wing-backs, Ambrosio and Young, in the Milan 3-5-2. You would expect that Young and Ambrosio would be pushing forward more, but at every attempt when Sevilla get midfield possession, Navas and the left-back from Madrid continue to break forward, and that at the moment I think is giving them the possession ascendancy.
Navas given a nudge, so they'll get the free kick.
They're careless really, and scrappy to do that by Martinez. It's a bad position for Milan to concede.
Banega and Suso, the two over the free kick. Koundé on the end of the line.
There's some good movement at the back of the line there with Koundé. But the ball, the delivery wasn't good enough, and certainly the manager saw that, wanted a better delivery.
Lukaku on his way, behind Koundé. Varela arriving. Swept on by Brozovic. It was Ambrosio who was forward to join Varela.
He attacks the box quite well, D'Ambrosio, picks up the odd goal. Italian international, of course.
Freedom of the penalty area when he scored with the header against Shakhtar Donetsk in the semi-final on Monday. He's got 3 in his last 5 games in both the Europa League and Serie A. Finishing just a point behind Juventus in the Italian Championship. Started the season in the UEFA Champions League. They moved into the Europa League at the start of the year. They finished 3rd behind Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund, but ahead of Slavia Prague. The win over Ludogorets in the round of 32, and then wins over Getafe of Spain, Leverkusen, and Shakhtar in the semi-final. A very one-sided semi-final. Actually put Inter in front against Leverkusen. Young. Iadini. Needs to dig out the cross. It's easily dealt with by Reguilon.
Campos trying that switch ball. They do it quite well, Sevilla, not so accurate that time, but they like to do it. I think Brozovic, the holding midfield of Inter Milan, has just got to get hold of the ball a little bit, get them in possession a little bit more, give Varela a chance to make his runs into the box. He's also got the task at times of moving on to Banega and trying to stop him creating.
Brozovic looking to get Lukaku away. have a winner this evening. It's level after 90 minutes. We go to extra time, and who knows beyond that, maybe even a penalty shootout. Which missed from the penalty spot last season when Inter were eliminated in the round of 16 by Eintracht Frankfurt. And that did come in regulation time and a goalless draw. Jesus Navas looking for Sousa.
They do work that side very well. Navas, the right footer, Suso, the left footer, and Suso comes inside and plays the ball infield. He leaves a space, and that space that he vacates, Navas is quick to get into it. Very organised, and there's no question about it. It's something they practice.
Suso got the equaliser in the 2-1 win over Manchester United. Those recruited this season by Sevilla, 9 of the starting 11 in their first season. Suso was playing in Italy with Milan until he joined Sevilla back in January after an initial loan, €24 million. Careless, and so too was the challenge.
I think Brozovic was a little bit slow to react when that ball came in field. Here we see the ball, all of a sudden decides to go, and it was late. Sevilla just a shade sharp. But neither goalkeeper overly troubled with a third of the game gone.
In by Banega. Dion, who's got another one! Inter caught out by the set play. Banega and Dion delivering.
The movement at the back post. They had a free kick in a very similar position before, and the manager showed that his disappointment with that. But this time, it's brilliant at the back post. De Jong's pulled away. Koundé's gone inside, and De Jong's held his jump very well and placed it in the perfect position. They've come from behind again. There's Koundé, he's gone first, and De Jong's come in behind him.
After being on the periphery for Sevilla when they first arrived in Germany, Luke de Jong, the Dutch international, is very much now centre stage. 2 first-half goals, and Sevilla have turned it around.
3 6-foot defenders and unable to cope with the movement.
Lukaku, who's been fouled. Fouled by Diego Carlos.
It'll be interesting to see if the Spanish think about a change if Lukaku troubles Carlos a little bit more in the last few minutes before half-time. And there is the threat of another yellow. I wonder if the Spanish will think about replacing Carlos. It'll be an interesting one. That's what managers get big rewards for, making those decisions.
Carlos has now picked up 3 yellow cards in Sevilla's last 3 games. Can Inter find a response? They have! Diego Godin bullets the header in. It's 2-2. He's done that for Atletico Madrid in a Champions League final, and now he's done it for Inter in the Europa League final. Fantastic response from Inter.
once again, a terrific header by the Uruguayan. Over 100 caps for his country. A wonderful player, Atletico. No offside. He gets a nice run at it. It's a beautiful delivery. That's a fine header. I just wonder sometimes if with a slower delivery like that, if the goalkeeper can come and clear players out. He has no chance if the opposing defender or forward gets his head cleanly on the ball and he's stuck on his line. 2-2.
Second goal this season for the Uruguayan Diego Godin, who scored in a Serie A win over Torino in June after the restart in Italy. Twice a Europa League winner with Atletico Madrid. Last time he won it was in Lyon in France against Marseille, when Sevilla's Lucas Ocampos was playing for the French club. Now they face each other again. Brozovic.
And the big lesson will be not to give away and not to concede too many free kicks from wide positions, not far from outside the box, because both teams look vulnerable on their defensive work.
Pereira. Ambrosia. Koundé's header. Picked up by Brozovic. De Jong. Ocampos. Now Banega. Done again by Jordan. Reguilon. Banega. Fernando.
There's that excellent switch ball. Do use the width well, Sevilla.
Sousa. Jesus Navas. Left by De Bruyne.
That right-sided triangle working so well again. And it's often Navas who gets that perfect delivery into that area. That's De Jong's goal with fine header. There's the second one. Both balls in from that right angle. Inter Milan also scoring from the same similar ball, from that right angle, and not defended well enough. Inter Milan have made the most of a penalty and the most of a free kick. They'll be hoping for more set pieces. Enterprising first half.
Ball by De Jong. Enterprising first half. Enjoyable first half. 2 goals for Luc De Jong. He's never scored a hat-trick in a UEFA Europa League final. He's the 7th to get 2. D'Ambrosio.
Plays the position quite well, D'Ambrosio. Looks to get forward. He's already 31. There he goes off on his run. Is he offside? Maybe. Is there a flag? Yes, there was a flag at the end, which the assistants, of course, only flag when the move finishes rather than when the player first is deemed to be in an offside position.